Right, so here we are with Aaron Sinclair of New Kings Boxing. It's been a long time since we've seen you and caught up with you, Aaron. You know, how have you been? How have you been coping through the lockdown?
Yeah, all good. I had a little one, so it's been a bit of a hectic few months. You know, that's kept me busy. But no, it's been good. It's been good. Bit of time off from work.
Congratulations! It must feel like such a proud feeling, sort of being a father, right?
Yeah. It's been a good experience so far. Some days, you know, when he's crying and things like that, but other than that, it's good.
Fantastic. And now, obviously, you guys, we caught up with you on your last show when you actually displayed your skills. You know, you came away with a victory. That was the first New Kings sort of show that was being promoted, and sort of, I'm sure you guys all had plans going into the new year, and of course, then this pandemic occurred, and obviously that put everything in a sort of a spin. Yeah. And you know, how have you sort of coped during that? And also, are there any new plans in the future when things start to ease?
So, I mean, I was actually 3 days away from having from boxing. Well, no, I think we got put into it on Tuesday, the lockdown. I was ready to box on the Saturday on Rob's second show under New Kings, but obviously that come crashing down. So it was a shame. You know, a lot of work that we put in. I wouldn't say it got put to waste because it's always learning, but you know, you don't get to show off what you've learned during that time. You know, during that camp. So it was a shame, but you know, I'm young enough to hopefully it shouldn't have too much effect. So
that's the frustrating thing, right? Like, people don't realise how much work in the background goes for fighters to prepare for a fight. It's all like a build-up, and then sometimes when the fight doesn't go through for whatever the reason may be, then it can feel for a boxer as a big letdown. But all that work you've done, none of that goes to waste. No. It's almost like putting money into the bank, right? That makes you better prepared for your next bout.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the biggest part for us being small hall show fighters, we spend a lot of time running around tickets. You know, we spend a lot of time trying to promote it. We spend it gets tiring. They're the bits that no one likes to do, but you have to do them because we're not under big contracts. So doing that, I don't do no more tickets in the last 3 or 4 days. So for me, all the tickets was done. I was ready to box, ready to put on a show for you people that come to watch, and then things like that happen. But you know, it's not like it's just our gym that it's happened to. It's the whole world, so we can't really.
Yeah, it's nationwide.
It's not just a few fighters that have had a setback. Everyone's had a setback. So as long as you've not wasted your time off, then you should step back straight back into where you left off. I was looking to do my first 6-rounder, which I was excited to do because I don't really like the 4 rounds. I feel like I just get going,
right?
And then it's finished. It goes so quick. So I was really excited to do the 6th round. And once you've done the 6th round, you can push on to titles, things like that. So for me, it was a bit of a kick in the teeth, but.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like the shape, you look like you're still in really, really good shape. So how do you keep in good shape during lockdown?
Yeah, when my son was born, I did have 2-3 weeks off. I was eating quite a bit of food, but we come back to the gym last week, and it felt like we just carried on from where we left off, so it wasn't too bad.
Fantastic. And in terms of sort of still training in the lockdown, is there specific things that you still do to sort of keep in good shape, or?
It's hard, really. I live in a flat, so there's only so much I can do in there without pissing off the neighbours downstairs. So it was just road runs. That's it, really.
So there's a lot of road work basically involved.
I mean, at my mum and dad's house, I did actually go around there and put a bag up. I don't think my mum was too happy to see that in the garden, but yeah, I did put that up on the side of the house. But it's getting the time with work and trying to get around there as well. So
all the boxing supplies sold out. We noticed that was one of the bigger things that people did a run, and obviously all the loo rolls were the first thing to go. But as soon as we checked all the boxing supply sites, all the boxing
that
stuff
gone just as quick.
Yeah, it went just as quick because I think people realised how important it is to sort of try to stay active during the lockdown phase of things.
Yeah.
And in terms of like there are a couple of exciting fights of yourself on our channel that fans can sort of go back and have a look. But for those that haven't actually seen that yet footage, how would you describe sort of your style and what are your best attributes as a fighter?
Cool. I would say I wouldn't say I'm just come forward. I'd say, I like to be behind my jab. I'd probably say for me that's my favourite punch. I feel like that creates the best out of me as well if I'm using my jab a lot. So I do like to stick behind it and then try open them up a bit. But sometimes with the journeyman it just doesn't happen.
They're very dogged, right? They're sort of go into their shell, they turtle up, and it's so hard to open them up.
Yeah, I mean, so probably my most exciting fight that's on the YouTube one was the Watford show that you guys recorded.
That gentleman had a real go, right? So it actually made for a more exciting fight.
Yeah, I boxed. I can't even remember his name now.
Nabil.
That was at the Maidenhead show.
Oh, that was the Maidenhead.
Yeah, but he actually was he was a very game fighter, actually. I really enjoyed that one.
He came forward. That was an exciting fight to actually watch.
Second round, I'd probably have actually given him the second round. I was actually, I did enjoy it because it's the first time as a pro somebody's actually come forward. So I think in the second round it shocked me a little bit, but then third and fourth, I was back on my game and won both rounds comfortably.
Yeah, but for the fans, I think it was very exciting to actually see
they
sort of like
enjoy
a back and forth a fight, which you normally sometimes don't see against a journeyman. But that chap had a go, and it was actually much better as a fight for it. Yeah,
I mean, I had a chat with him at the end. I always try to speak to him because they've got a hard job as well. Sometimes they're boxing every week, so I always like to try and have a chat with them. But I said to him, thank you for coming, things like that, and he said that's what I'm paid to do. So at least some of them, they actually earn their money instead of,
Yeah, it was a good pro, and a lot of respect mutually there in the locker
instead
room.
of, just tucking up. But at the same time, I can understand why a lot of them do that. That's their full-time job. They need to.
They can't
need to put food on the table. They can't afford to get stopped.
Yeah, that's the thing, that they would like to avoid getting stopped at all costs.
And without them, the boxing wouldn't happen.
So they play their own sort of vital role.
Exactly.
And in terms of so talking of boxers, who are the one or two boxers that sort of personally inspired you to sort of either become a boxer or just sort of that you looked up to as a?
Probably in the last few years, one of my, he didn't become a world champion for me. He was probably one of our best fighters that didn't become a world champion was Kevin Mitchell.
Okay.
I really enjoyed watching his fights. It was always exciting. Every fight he had, it always exciting. The Norris fight was good, and even his old fights, they were good fights. For him as British side, and then the big names in America, Errol Spencer, things like that. They always.
Yeah, I mean, Errol Spence obviously had a tumultuous 2019. He had that injury with the car accident.
Very lucky to be alive, really, but.
Of course, I mean, for those who've seen the footage of what happened in the car.
Well, there's not much of it left, so.
Indeed, and in terms of, do you think he can actually physically recover and make a full, full comeback? Because we've not seen him in the ring for a while.
No, I mean, he's definitely got the talent. It's just whether the body can carry on,
hold up
with the accident he's had. So it'd be, but he's looking to jump straight back in with the top people. They want him.
I mean, his last fight was with Sean Porter, right?
And
the Sean Porter fight, which was a good fight, a really entertaining action fight. So I suppose he doesn't want to cut any corners and wants to go straight in.
Well, not at that level, you can't anyway. So
would there be anyone you'd particularly love yourself at some point to get in the ring with and box? Maybe not right now, but at some point in the future, is there someone that you would think, this would be like an ideal dream fight for me?
Do you know, at our weight, there's not a lot of fighters, and to be honest, I actually don't even know who's world champion at my weight, to be honest.
I haven't really have to go into Boxrec to have a
I'd actually have to have a go to Boxrec just to even have a look. So I couldn't really call no one out for that, but
well, I can read it in a different way. You can say that maybe in some certain weight divisions it might be a slightly easier path, meaning i.e. that you can actually go higher up.
For me, whoever at Super Bantam has got the southern area, that's who I want to fight.
That would be also first stop.
First stop. I don't want to start looking ahead. I mean, one of my main goals is to push the British title, but
it's like a stepping stone.
If it goes further than that, then that's brilliant. But for me, with the amateur experience I've had, I'd love to be British champion, and I believe I will do it as long as things fall into place properly.
And you got Southern Area title, and then of course you have the English title as well.
Yeah.
And then
I'd box for either. If I could get the fight, it's not going to happen this year. I know for a fact it's not going to happen this year. But if I could get it at the end of next year, a Southern Area or English title, 1,000,000% I'd take it. Whoever it is. you know, you can't pick and choose once you start getting to the title level. So
sounds like a very, very good plan. And also, we wanted to ask. Obviously, you're part of the New Kings boxing stable, a very exciting stable with a lot of really talented fighters. In terms of sort of training with these gentlemen, so what do you guys learn from each other? Like when you either do technical sparring or other such.
I mean, I got obviously Fuad the Pirate Hussein. He's in the gym with me. I got young Rob. My coach's son here, he's a wicked fighter. You'll see.
There you go.
You'll see the interview of him soon. There he is. Yeah. So yeah, don't want to blow his head up too much, but he's in the amateurs at the moment. But he's looking to turn over soon as well. So get a lot of good work. He still tries to claim that he can box at the same weight as us, but he's up to. How tall are you, Robbie? 6 foot.
Now 5'11".
Yeah, he's trying to claim 5. He's probably 6 foot just so he can carry on sparring.
So he's like a Golovkin height.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. So it was funny because I don't know, maybe when he first came, 15, Robbie, do you reckon? When he first came?
I think it was 14.
14.
No.
We used to spar then, and how much he's improved,
Well, we're
It's
very
good to
excited
see,
to
so-
see that journey begin at some point as well. And
Even Rob jumps in and does a bit of sparring every now and then with us, so that's always a bit of fun. But yeah, no, it's going well, and Sook's obviously got his day.
Yes.
He was going to have his debut coming up.
I was about to say, that's like a big story we're going to get to.
Yeah,
in his interview,
a very exciting story. So I'll let him talk more about that. But
we realised that the debut was all lined up, etc. And then, of course, last minute.
That's it. So
world events to take everything out of our hands.
I mean, for me, in the last fight as well, I had some very, very good sparring. I think his name's Shabazz.
Shabazz Maverick Masood. He's very good.
Yes.
He's very highly rated.
He's just gone with MTK now, and
fantastic fighter. He's really good.
Who's his trainer now? Training Billy Joe.
Ben Davidson.
Ben, that's it. He's with Ben now, so I think that might be a good move for him. Ben seem like he's done quite good with the fighters that he's had recently. He's obviously got Josh Taylor in the gym and Billy Joe, so that will only push him on.
Sounded like an absolutely top quality sparring fighter.
Yeah, and then I also had Dennis McCann as well. So 2 top Frank Warren fighters. Done 6 rounds with both of them. So yeah, it was good. It was good learning. I always like to try to spar the top boys because you don't learn nothing from.
Yeah, I understand. So if you're not,
you always want to try
yourself.
spar people that are at the top of your weight or your sport that you do. So
people who will push you on further.
Yeah, that's
further
it.
Up.
So it was very good learning curve. Obviously they're full time, things like that, but it was good sparring. I'd be happy to spar both of them again.
Fantastic, and just wanted to ask you maybe like a few personal questions to close things out.
Yep.
Some of our fans always would like to know things like, what are your sort of favourite movies, 1 or 2,
Cool.
and why, and like for the reason as to why.
It's put me on the spot now to try to think of a favourite movie.
I know, it's a bit of a difficult one.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a personal question.
I'll tell you, I watched a good film the other day, Gentleman. That's a good film.
Oh, okay.
I can't even think.
Was it on Netflix or just on the movies?
No, I watched it on. What did I watch it on? Just on the Fire Stick. I watched it on.
Okay, yeah.
That was a good film. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Put that one in there.
Just any film like that, really.
But in terms of like any boxing films or things like that.
Do you know
like
what?
Creed,
I actually don't really like. I don't really like boxing films. I find them a bit cringy.
They're really cringy.
Things like Creed, things like that. I don't know. They're just not for me.
Yeah, because I think one of them had Bellew in it.
One of them had
Bellew. There's like a sort of a bad guy.
Obviously, the Rocky movies are classics, but when you look at them, they're the most unrealistic thing you ever watch. So it's not for me, really.
No, that's understandable. And in terms of also maybe your favourite foods, what have you enjoyed the most during lockdown? Like maybe a mains and a dessert.
A mains and a dessert. Well, dessert you can't go wrong with a chocolate brownie, something like that.
Okay. So
dessert,
like a cheat day.
Yeah, cheat day. Yeah. And then main, just whatever takeaways on the table.
Fantastic.
Chinese, something like that. Yeah.
So everything good, but in moderation, I suppose.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Other than that, try to stick to just healthy food.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time, Aaron Sinclair. We wish and hope to see you again very, very soon, especially once the lockdown eases and we're allowed to sort of open up the doors of boxing again.
Just a quick one.
Yeah, go on.
I'll show my son off while I'm here. Robbie's put him to sleep for me.
Oh.
So, here's my little boy. Hopefully, he won't get into this sport, but yeah, that's Ellis, little Ellis.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
I'm sure he'll be very proud of Daddy.
I'm sure in a few years he might be able to see the interview on YouTube. if I become anything famous in it.
Well, stuff stay up. So it's always once it's on YouTube, right?
That's it. So you know, he might be able to show me off to my friends or to his friends. Sorry. Or if I get knocked out, then he won't want to show me off. So, so I better put
the video in private.
Yeah,
we'll put the video in private by that point.
Yeah, that's it.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
We'll look forward to seeing you. Any last shout-outs you want to do?
Do you know what?
Any fans?
All my sponsors' contracts are run out now, so no sponsors to shout out. Anyone that wants to jump on board,
now's the time.
Now's their time to jump in. So,
fantastic.
So, yeah, they're all void now, the sponsors that I did have. But then also a shout out to everyone that buys tickets. And then obviously a shout out to Rob and everyone else at New Kings.
And New Kings Boxing, fantastic. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. Cheers.